the ball when Brian was in there, and we handed it off when DeAnthony was in there, and so you can skew some carries that way. But very happy with where both those guys are all around. Byron made a huge pickup in the protection game where we should have had a touchdown and didn't run the right route. And so that's kind of one of those unsung things that he did really well today. Yeah, love Byron Marshall.
Coach, your emotions today, first game as head coach, you're 1-0. How's it feel? Retired, 1,000%?
Am I tired? What was the last part?
Retired 1,000%?
I'm considering it. I have to talk to my accountant, Mr. O'Neill, in the background from Price Waterhouse. But no, it was great. It's just a tremendous sense of confidence being around our guys, being around our staff, and just a great team win. Happy that we played well at times in every phase to get over the first one and go from here.
Was there a moment though tonight where you stopped, looked around, and thought, "Man, I'm the head coach in this team"?
Whenever I talk to Aaron Fentress, I usually get that feeling. No, there hasn't been, and it's about our team. It's about our team, and we've got a bunch of great guys on our team, and it's fun to be around those guys. To be in the locker room or be on the sideline with some of those guys that are happy about the whole situation is awesome.
Two questions. One quick one, I think. Any concern about Terrence not being available next week, the way you understand the way this is in your view?
The way I understand the rule, yeah, he's ejected. This is the game. If the foul happens in the second half, then it's this game and the first half. That's my understanding. Do we have any officials?
The times they punted and you guys moved deep.
Yeah.
Was there any thought about going to another quarterback at that point? You stuck with Marcus to get you out of the end zone at that point? Or were you guys stick with Marcus?
We had a couple. It had nothing to do with field position. We wanted to kind of leave with a better taste in our mouth on offense before we started substituting the whole way. And glad that we finished the way we did.
Coach, what do you know about this team that you didn't know yesterday?
I think after we watch the film, we'll know more about guys like Tarodney Prevost or Cameron Hunt, who I thought did some really good things at times. All those guys that were kind of in that unproven mode, and that's been kind of the story throughout the tail end of fall camp. Is our veteran guys have practiced really well. It's the freshman newcomers type guys that we need to, whatever. I mean, we had a couple guys going. We have a thing called Fast Friday. And we had a couple guys almost kill themselves on Fast Friday, which we were going fast, which that's good, but we don't want to injure guys on Friday. And we almost lost. We had one guy that couldn't play today because of that. So we just need to learn how to practice, learn how to kind of just our mode of operations and go from here.
Coach, how did you feel about this pace?
Okay. A little. I thought defensively they were very well rested, given how those guys ran their offense. Offensively, a little ragged at times. Could have played a little bit more cleanly and just in alignments, assignments. Had a couple busts, which mental errors. In a first game, that's one of the things as a coach you try to keep it simple to a certain degree because there's going to be a little bit of a higher level of anxiety for some of those new guys. We had a couple veterans make a couple of those mistakes, so that's never good to see, but we'll get it cleaned up.
Hey, Coach, did you at any point last night get jitters? Did you ever lose any sleep about having your first game today?
I didn't last night, and I think again that just goes back to our team and our preparation. I think if we haven't had the fall camp that we've had, and we don't have the staff that we have, and the people around this program, there'd be a lot more anxiety. But I believe in our team 100%.
How are you going to celebrate tonight?
I don't know. Go to Coos Bay World in the house. Ed Miletus is a subscriber to Coos Bay World online.
Mark, back here in the back, we talked a lot in fall camp about the communication between you and Coach Frost. How did that communication go today, and how do you feel about the game that Coach Frost called?
Thought he did a great job. That was one thing that we're working through. We haven't done it in a game before, and it's good that a game of this nature kind of played itself out, and you got through a couple of those kinks where I'm yelling on top of him and he's yelling on top of me, and that's a good thing. That's how we kind of like to do it. But he did a great job. The stuff that we need to clean up, it has nothing to do with that part of it.
Yeah. Mark, last Saturday after practice, I'd asked you what you thought about going out and go back to this your first game, when you're coming out of the tunnel for the first time as a coach. What was going through your mind today, the first time you walked out on the field?
I had my arm around Marcus Mariota, and I felt really good.
You've been in the box. What was it like for you being on the sideline?
That's weird. That's weird. Yeah, that's my first game since 1996. 96 of being on the sideline. It's different. It's different. And just more the game management part of it. You know, that part of it is a little bit different. But it's a completely different energy to be. You know, obviously with our crowd and our players, which that part's a lot more fun.
At what point did you make the decision to go Alejandro skip versus that pre-game time? You're watching warm-ups? Or?
Last couple days as a punter, is that what you're talking about? Well, we were going to alternate those guys, so we didn't. I mean, he went out there first, and so I don't know if there was a seniority coin flip or anything, but what's that?
Just impressions after the fact now, how they
They were good, made them, so that part's good. It'll be ongoing competition, I think, from here.
Coach, you brought Colt Lyerl in from the backfield. Is that your third option now, or is that a package you're going to keep down the road?
He's, again, a guy that's really dynamic with the ball in his hands and has had an outstanding fall camp. This was his best fall camp of his career, and, you know, we're trying to get. That's what's always tough. You know, people ask, what about this guy's number of carries and this guy's number of carries and this guy's number of carries? Those all end up going somewhere, and we just wanted to get him a couple in there.
You envision Thomas Sanders contributing?
Scott Frost is back.
I do envision that, yes, sir. Yeah.
Can you talk a little more just about how D'Anthony got things started for you guys, and then just being able to have the luxury of 3 guys going over 100 yards rushing?
Who was the third?
Marshall and Mariota.
Oh, Marcus. Okay, I wasn't thinking him. D'Anthony is special. I mean, he had a talk about guys that had great fall camps. He had an outstanding camp. Really grew up kind of helping out Thomas and some of these other guys of just how to practice, how to do. You know, it's amazing how much more mature he is. His approach to practice has been you know, just everything about him is better, and that's a good thing when you're that good to begin with. But again, he's a guy that needs the ball in his hands.
You're talking about how the luxury of having so many linebackers to play. After you've seen this first game, was there anyone you noticed that really stood out that you were most pleased with?
No, I'll have to watch the film tomorrow and go through that part of it. But I thought those guys, you know, they were changing some stuff on them that they hadn't, you know, prepared for. And Rodney Hardrick and Derek Malone did a great job of when it was a kind of a rotation of they were kind of trying to keep one of those guys in the game the whole time to keep everybody organized and on the right page. But whether it was, you know, Joe Walker and Rodney Prevost in with them to have a little bit of an anchor. But overall, I thought those guys played really well. You know, we didn't tackle great, you know, which is always a concern early. We got to wrap up better, finish tackles better, got to, you know, finish blocks better. We could have had several picks that we went through our hands, and so all those are obviously things that you wish you could do differently.
Did you get the feeling that Marcus was a little hyped up when the game started with like a couple balls were sailing on him, and what did you do to kind of settle him down as the game wore on?
I wasn't worried about him. I mean, the 2 balls backed up. I can't remember exactly where the ball was. Maybe 15-ish there on the what is that, the east end? I'm horrible at my directions right now. The other end from where we are right now. It was just a mechanical issue, and you know, sometimes he'll get ahead of himself. His mind works so rapidly. He's thinking, and his body's not quite with his mind, and so that's something, again, is easily correctable.